wonderful people. How are you doing? I hope you've been well. I hope you've been keeping safe this January. I hope your January is going well so far. I know we've been giving you a lot of information. My name is Tracey Ann. Before we get into this episode, my name is Tracey Ann. And I am one half of the hosts of the financial... the financial Red Pill. The Red Pill Conversations. In this season, we're talking about finances. And we are not going to get into another topic before we exhaust everything that we need to talk about when it comes to money. And the money conversation is a bit wide. So we're going to... It's a deep dive. We are going to ingia huko ndani kabisa. And I know it's going to be helpful. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. All right? Hi, Silas.
Hi.
My co-host is here as usual.
Yeah.
We are here to talk about money kama kawaida.
Kama kawaida.
How are you enjoying the episode so far as the co-host?
I'm learning a lot because it involves a lot of reading.
Yes.
I am actually repenting.
There's so many financial sins.
There's so many times I close my nice notebook and I kneel down and say, "Forgive me, God,
for I have sinned against you."
So I'm learning a lot, even as we do commentaries on the books that we are reading. I'm really getting inspired.
Yeah,
I'm learning a lot about money.
Okay, me too. It takes a lot to learn about money, and I don't think we will ever exhaust learning about money. So following up on the first 3 episodes that we've had, we've talked about our first episode was on?
Our first episode was on...
It was finances, generally.
Generally finances.
Episode 2.
Managing your finances. Episode 3. Where
budgeting.
Did my money go?
Where did your... And a lot of people have actually told me they felt attacked.
They felt attacked.
That's and that is what we want.
That's
we want
the
you to be
point.
better with your finances. Hata sisi tukikuwa tu hapa, trust me.
We said Red Pill is
a bit
awareness rather than conditioning.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now you know where did my money go? Means you're irresponsible with your money, and 2025 is the year you become responsible, okay? So today's conversation is not very different. Of course, it's still about finances, but now we want to deal with the mindset of money. We are going to ask the question, what is the psychology around money? And we're going to answer it right here. And as usual, we are going to start with a Bible verse. So open your Bibles. Let me open my phone app. Proverbs 11. 24.
Yeah.
Proverbs 11 verse 24 to 25.
And 25, yeah.
And 25. It says, "One gives freely, yet all grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give and only suffers want. Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and one who waters himself will be watered." All right? With that verse, we are going to talk about scarcity and abundance mindset around money. So I hope you're going to listen and learn a thing or two. Let's talk about the verse before we get into...
Yeah, remember we said that there are around 2,300 verses
in the Bible.
Which speak about money,
yes,
wealth, and all those things that go around stewardship and all that. So we will touch on many as possible by the time we are done with this conversation. So Proverbs 11, 24 and 25. One gives freely, yet grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give and only suffers want. It looks like it's actually the opposite. The one who gives is the person who's supposed to
become
lack.
Poor, yeah.
To become poor because they give.
Yeah.
But the Bible says this one who gives freely grows richer.
Yeah.
So means that he has more. And the one who withholds what he should give only suffers want. So by holding, you suffer
wanting more.
By giving, you
get richer.
Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and one who waters will himself be watered. I think this is a verse on generosity.
Yeah.
And I can relate it with Corinthians that says God loves a cheerful giver. Less is more. The more you give, the more God supplies to you, because like I like to say that God blesses us so that our excesses can meet somebody's inadequacies. If you see that God has given you abundantly, then you should use whatever abundance God has given you to supply or to supplement someone who is lacking in one way or another. So I think that is what this verse is talking about.
That's a beautiful description. I think I hope imedescribiwa vizuri, imeelezewa vizuri. So now we can get into the main conversation of today, and we're going to start by answering the question, what is the psychology around money?
Yes. The disclaimer we put, we are not speaking as financial experts.
No, we are not.
We are commentators who have undertaken to read books and research about money, comment. Then after some time, we will get people to come here and talk about this topic, the expert themselves. I don't think they will disagree with a lot of the things we've said.
For sure.
So we are good to go.
We are good to go.
So what is the psychology around money? What I have come to discover is we have a notion of chasing money, chasing the bag,
chasing the paper. People say that.
Paper. I'm going to chase
2025, we're only chasing the bag.
Chasing has an assumption that something is running away from you.
True. Oh, wow.
You don't chase something that is static.
Yeah.
If it was static, it would just be going to where it is. But chasing has the illusion that it is running away. So people who are chasing money, wapenzi watazamaji, if you are chasing money, the assumption here it is running away from you. So you have to stop chasing and ask yourself, why is it running away from me? Or what should I do? With the psychology of money, I think we attract money. Not those magic shows, abracadabras, confess, manifest. No, I'm not saying those things. That is nonsense. We attract money by providing value.
Okay.
Money and wealth follows value. If you provide value, you will not have to worry about money. The only thing you have to ask yourself is, what am I good at? How can I change the world? How can I transform, bring transformation? How can I solve a problem? If you identify a problem, how can I solve it? And money is a byproduct, is a reward for providing value. So our mindset towards money should be, I will not be chasing money because that assumes that money is running away from me, but I will do things that make money come to me. I will provide value and money will come as a byproduct of, or a reward for the value I have provided. Yeah.
Okay. Well stated. Again, I do not have any questions. If you have a question, please uliza kwa comment. Unfortunately, we are not live, so siwezi jua ni nini unafikiria. Uliza kwa comment. Trust me, we are going.
Tap.
Tap. Tungekuwa live ungeuliza swali yako live, but all we can do is ask your question on the comment section and it will be answered truthfully. All right? Aya. I know someone is maybe asking, what's the scarcity? What's the difference between a scarcity? No. Definition first between scarcity, the definition of scarcity and abundance mindset.
Oh, yes. And by the way, in that psychology of money, even I know I was supposed to say this. The person who is chasing after money sometimes has a certain mindset. And the person who is providing value and money coming as a reward has a completely different mindset. And this is one has a scarcity mindset and the other one has an abundance mindset. This is not prosperity gospel.
It is not.
This is a question of mindset.
It is the red pill.
It is the red pill.
It is the red pill.
So a scarcity mindset person or a person operating with a scarcity mindset, from the word scarcity, is a person who operates in lack. They believe that the resources in the world are scarce, and that it's not enough for all of us. Like we have to fight.
We have to fight, scramble for everything.
Yes, for very little resources that the world has. It is not enough. They are the half empty glass people.
Oh, okay.
You can give someone a cup of water and you don't feel it. Maybe let's say you put water up to 3/4 of the glass and you offer it to someone. If you come from Western Kenya like myself, Waluya atakwambia mbona umeniletea chai nusu.
That's so true.
You don't see the tea that is there.
It's 3/4.
You see what is not there. So a person operating under the scarcity mindset sees lack, inadequacy, insufficiency, impossibility. The other spectrum or the other mindset is the abundance mindset. And a person operating under the abundance mindset is a person who believes that the world has more than enough to offer. That the world has a lot, unlimited resources. And we as human beings, it is our job to tap into those resources. It is our job to exploit them. That we cannot finish. We have not even scratched the surface of what the world can give in terms of value. You can see how technology is improving at a very fast rate. So a person operating under the abundance mindset knows that the world has a lot to offer. It's only that we need as human beings to discover what is this that the world is offering and go there. So a scarcity mindset person will just sit there and languish in lack, while an abundance mindset person, from that word abundance, knows that the world has a lot to offer. So they will go out there to look for it. Yes.
Awesome. Nakwambia sasa una-explain tu kitu imeingia nga.
Tunakuwa wahenga. Wahenga na wahenguzi.
Hatuwapaki mafuta.
Hawakutunyoa kwa mfupa wa sijui nini.
Hapana, hiyo siku mimi najua ya kupaka mafuta.
Walipotamka na kudamka.
Hapana. No. Kudamka si ni kuamka.
Mimi sijui.
Kiswahili kidogo.
Ilipo vibusu vilele vya milima. Ulikuwa unaanza insha hivyo?
Wapi? Of course. For Max 5 ni nyingi. Aya. Now let's go into the differences between the two. I know you've clearly differentiated them, but now let's differentiate them further. Ndio, we now just get deeper into the differences between someone who has the scarcity mindset and the abundance mindset, right?
Yeah.
Higher. Point 1. Scarcity mindset people resent people who are successful. Abundance mindset admire successful people.
Yeah, that is very true. When we did episode 1, I told you the kind of mindset I had.
Yeah.
When I was in church. I used to resent people who seem to have money. I used to think that money is evil. Money in and of itself. I used to behave as though money in and of itself is an evil thing. So if you see someone who is rich, you tend to think that they have done something wrong or are doing something wrong or illegal.
Wash.
We've
had them.
They are organ harvesting and all those things. So I used to be that kind of a person. And it is when you operate from lack, when you believe, it's a belief. It is believing that this world does not have enough for all of us or does not offer in abundance. So if you believe that whatever the world gives is scarce or the resources from the world are not enough for all of us, we will tend to resent those who seem to have more. Because what we will believe is the reason they have more is because they have exploited somebody somewhere. So when you see someone has abundance of wealth, they have money, if they have gotten it genuinely. I'm not talking about these guys who don't get genuine money, leave alone this other money. I'm talking about money that has been gotten genuinely from working hard.
Yeah.
And doing the right, working legally, doing all the legal stuff and working hard. You tend to think that they are like that because they have exploited another person. So that was the mindset that I used to have, and those are scarcity mindset people. They resent. The abundance mindset people, and now you will find a scarcity mindset person. For example, you go and visit them, or maybe they come to where you are. They don't want to sit with you or sit next to you. When you talk about money, they think that you're somebody who is just only interested in money and possessions and all those things.
Okay.
Yes, they think that is your main interest.
Okay.
They think that you are in this world to just make money.
Anatafutanga tu pesa.
Rather than wondering what is this guy doing differently, because you see, we said money as a resource is something we need. We need to survive.
True.
We need to move. Even those people who operate on scarcity mindset, they also still need that money. And so they harbor resentment towards these people, and they think that these people are not doing well. They're worshiping the devil. They're not doing the right things. They're worshiping the devil. They are people who despise the poor and all those things. But I have met some people with scarcity mindset. They are very negative.
Very.
But an abundance mindset person, or someone operating under an abundance mindset, and by abundance mindset I don't mean a rich person. People may assume that
the word abundance inamaanisha nyingi.
Yes.
It is in plenty. But
You
that's
could be
not
broke today. You could be broke without a penny in your pocket, but you are operating under an abundance mindset. And it's only a matter of time before you get that abundance. It's only a matter of time. So a person operating under that abundance mindset looks at people who have, and I'm talking about the people who have done it legally, people who have made something out of their life, and instead of resenting them or looking down upon them, what they do is that they admire them. They look up to them. Ways of admiring these people is buying their books to read. They desire to get that knowledge that these people have. They desire to go and sit where these guys are seated. And when they sit with them, they ask them questions. This is how I behave. The people that are where I want to be in life, those people that I look up to, I always ask them questions. Sometimes I even feel like I bother them too much. Because I can sit down and I read a concept. Like I remember the other day I was with a friend of mine and I asked him, what is your take on debt? We talked about debt.
Yeah.
What is your take on debt? And he agreed with me that the worst kind of debt is consumer debt. He told me debt is good if you are taking it for development. There is good and bad debt. So if you're operating under an abundance mindset, you will want to learn.
You will be curious.
You will know that there is something I don't know that somebody else has known.
Yeah.
And if this person has genuinely made it or has done things and he seems to be doing well with himself in their life financially, there is something he is doing right. And therefore I can learn from them. So an abundance mindset person does not resent or just admires, whereas the scarcity mindset person resents.
You resent them.
You resent a person who seems to have.
Okay. Scarcity works for their money. Scarcity mindset works for their money. Abundance makes their money work for them.
That's a good one.
That's a good
That's
one.
a very good one.
Points zimeandikwa vizuri. Props to the one who wrote the notes. Yours truly.
Yours truly, yeah?
Yours truly.
No, that's a good point. A scarcity mindset person works for money. This looks like a controversial statement because someone would argue and say, do we not work for money? And money, like I've said when we were defining scarcity and abundance, is a reward.
Yeah.
Money is a reward for providing value. When you work for money, when you chase money, when you chase the bag, you rarely find it. You rarely find it. I said we not talk about this, but even in relationships it's like that. When you're chasing, what is the assumption?
Hakutaki ni wewe unasumbua.
Because if you have to chase, it means something is running away from you.
Yeah.
So when money is at the center, I said that money is good when it is in the pocket,
not
in the wallet, not in the heart. A scarcity mindset person, and it's very dangerous if a Christian operates with a scarcity mindset. Because this is where now you see churches that con people. This is where they come from.
Wale wa 310.
Yes.
Okay, wale wa kuitisha pesa.
They start there. They operate from it is their own survival. It is not providing value. I lie to you so that I can gain money. What am I doing? I'm operating under scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
I don't believe that I can provide value. I can genuinely get money. So they work for money, and you find that watashinda tu wakitafuta. They keep looking for it. We work like ants. Morning to evening, morning to evening, morning to evening, morning to evening. But yet there are other people who don't seem to.
They don't.
They seem to be getting life a bit easy.
Yeah.
And we have to ask ourselves, is it that their lives are easy, or is it that they are doing something? And I came to discover that it is that mindset. So if you are chasing, it is running away. And do not work for money. Let money be a reward. If you work for money, you will not relate well with money, because again, money hates in its psychology. Money hates first noise. Money hates unproductivity.
True.
It hates unproductivity, where you take money and put it in a bank account and it's lying there. It's not helping.
I'm reminded of the parable of the talents. Ule wa moja. Ilikuwa tu moja.
Yes.
Ilibaki tu moja.
And you see, by the way, money in banks is actually losing value to inflation.
Wow.
You know, the strength of 1,000 shillings today is way weaker than 1,000 shillings 5 years ago.
True. Says 1,000.
Just get into a supermarket with 1,000 shillings, you'll see that it will buy less.
Tanunua unga na sukari na
unga unga na sukari na utoke. Na ujifundishe kunyamaza.
Na ujifunze, we will be humbled by the economy.
So instead of chasing for money, an abundance mindset person, what was the second statement?
They work for money. Abundance
Scarcity money.
Works for money. Abundance makes money work for them.
Makes money work for them.
Yeah.
Now, an abundance mindset person, when it comes to money, and I think this is a question I saw in a book that they ask themselves, is how can I make more? How can my money work for me? If you put money in a bank account, it is not working for you. It is gaining interest at the rate of 0.0006.
It is waiting for you.
An abundance mindset person, let's do $1 million. A scarcity mindset person who has $1 million shillings goes and puts it in a bank account. They will not even see the interest even after 2-3 years. An abundance mindset person with that 1 million will ask themselves, how can I make this 1 million? Like we said, Dave Ramsey says that your money is like an army. You send it to the field to go and conquer and capture other monies and come with the spoils of war in terms of other monies.
Yeah.
So an abundance mindset person does not work for that money. Money is not the end product.
It is not.
Money is the means, is the resource. Is the means to achieving that which they desire to achieve. So what they do, they ask themselves, how do I make this money work for me? They go and put this money on risky ventures. Legally risky, risky ventures that are legal. That are legal, that will ensure that this money will reproduce and bring in more monies. Like for example, a person operating under the Abudance mindset who has 1 million shillings will ask themselves, which business can I do with this 1 million shillings that can make me more?
Yeah.
Whereas the person who has a scarcity mindset will say, I don't want to lose this 1 million shillings. Let me keep it. Let me hide it under the soil. You know, like that parable. You know, I knew that you are a hard man. When he was telling the master, I knew you are a hard man. You want to reap where you have not sown.
Yeah.
So they make their money work for them. They open businesses. Because when you open a business, you anticipate profits. And profit is that money of yours, that 1 million, you have sent it outside and it is coming with other monies in terms of profit. The other thing these guys do, they go to money market funds, those schemes, the money market. They put their money there. They are risky ventures, low risk but risky still.
Very low.
Put their money at a money market and it gives interest at 14% per annum. When they put that 1 million in January, by the time it gets to December, they have 1,114,000.
Yeah.
So their monies have grown and brought in more monies. They invest in shares. They go to these companies. They are friends of the Business Daily.
Kila saa kwa gazeti tu.
Yes. They go and look at company X. Their shares was 30 shillings today. Their shares goes down to 16 shillings. That's a literal company, by the way, in Kenya. Their shares went down to 16 shillings. They know I have 1 million bob. Now the shares they were initially 30.
Sizes go 16.
It's 16. This is the right time for me to buy. Because there are people who have messed our economy. So now even shares have gone down. So this is the best time to buy shares. So they go and buy. And it's a risky affair.
Yeah.
Maybe someday our economy will improve and you find the same share at 42. Imagine if you find it at 42 per share and you bought shares. Let's say you bought 10,000 shares for that 1 million. Your money will do what?
It may increase. It may grow.
You have not worked for money. You have actually used the systems that are around you at your disposal. Went and put your money there and let the money reproduce. Yeah. So that is abundance mindset. Abundance mindset, people do that. They go to stocks. They buy stocks. They go to government bonds. Those things that are there. They are always looking to make their money reproduce by working. They operate in a mindset that when I have resources, the requirement is multiplication. Multiplication is the common denominator. I want to multiply the things that I have. Yes, that's how they operate.
Very interesting. No, I think when we're just building up on that same point, the next point is huyu mwenye anaogopa kuchukua risk na mwenye haogopi kuchukua risk. Let's talk about that because clearly the abundance mindset, from what you've explained, money working for you and the other one works for the money. Clearly one is not afraid to take risks when it comes to investing and all of that, and the other one is very scared and they prefer to hold on to their money.
First, are you which mindset are you operating?
Honestly, I was a scarcity. Thank God he has worked. Nilitubu dhambi zangu. Now I operate on an abundance mindset.
Yes.
I operate on an abundance mindset.
It is important.
Yeah.
It is of importance. It is of value.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. The point was?
Here.
The third one.
The third point. Scarcity lets fear stop them. Scarcity mindset. Abundance act despite fear.
Yeah, the people operating under a scarcity mindset are fearful people. And I'm not saying that those who operate under the abundance mindset do not fear.
Juu amesema they work despite.
Yes, despite fear.
Yeah.
Fear is a common human feeling. We all fear.
It's okay.
If you are not afraid, we would not survive.
Not
Fear is for survival. You know that?
Yeah.
Fear is for survival.
Of course.
Because if you fear darkness and fear some corners, you will not go there.
You won't.
And you will not meet those guys. Hautakuta na
Kona
warazi
utashikwa.
wanabuya.
Hautapatikana kona mbaya.
Hautakuta warazi wanabuya. Hautakuta mapangale.
Mapangale.
So fear is a normal human feeling, and we all are fearful. So this is not an explanation of fear versus not fearing. We are working under the fact that all the scarcity mindset people and the abundance mindset people all fear. They're all afraid.
Yeah.
But the difference is in how they relate to their fear. Same with life.
Yeah.
We all fear, but how do we relate to our fear? So a scarcity mindset person, let's give, what do we call him? We call him Kenodia. Kenodia has a million shillings.
Yeah.
And they have 1 million shillings. And we have another one, Kamau, who has 1 million shillings. When Kenodia gets 1 million shillings, this is his mindset. I am afraid to lose this 1 million. I am afraid I may lose this 1 million. And I will do everything within my power
to keep it at 1 million.
To make sure
that
I
do not
don't
lose it.
So what does Kenodia do? He decides to go and live at a house where he pays 3,000 shillings.
We.
3,000 shillings.
Hiyo hata ni room kweli.
Hataki kununua camera t-shirts. Unajua makamera, hataki kamera. Hataki kamera. Anataka ile ya 30 bob. Unajua geko kule ndani kule kule ndani kule.
Yeah.
Nilikuwa mteja huko mzuri. They want that. They want to buy the cheap stuff. Little do they know that cheap is expensive, by the way. Sometimes cheap doesn't make sense. It's not only about buying something at a low price. And I'm telling you, from a person who is focusing on financial prudence, I'm saying cheap is not always the solution.
It's not. Na tuseme mnunue Gucci.
Yes.
No, we're not saying we buy expensive brands. Yes. Just listen before you conclude.
They will try to do everything to hold on to that money.
Yeah.
Money hates that. Money hates prison. They try to hold money or put money in a prison. Money hates that prison. So little do they know that after a while, they can even decide to put the money in a bank. They can decide to put it in a bank.
Yeah.
Little do they know this money, they are losing it as they are storing it to something we call inflation. Inflation, by the way, is increase in price of commodities over time.
Yeah.
If you buy this bottle at 1,000 shillings today, and then after 6 months, it is 1,500. Inflation. It's because of inflation.
Yeah.
Your 1,000 shillings has become weaker.
It is weaker.
Yeah, because it could have bought this one at 1,000, but now that same 1,000 cannot buy. That's what inflation is.
Yeah.
So when you keep that money and keep it idle, and money hates being idle, it continues to lose value. So you are losing your money without knowing. You can go to your bank, put your ATM card and see the balance is 1 million. But it is not 1 million.
The same 1 million you deposited in January, it's not the same.
It's not the same 1 million.
That you want to use in December.
It's going down.
Yeah.
Why? Because they operate
on fear.
Under fear. I fear to be broke. Why should you fear to be broke? What will happen if I become broke? What will happen to me if I become broke? Isn't of importance life?
At least you won't die.
Yes. Tunasemanga ya muhimu
ni uhai. Bora uhai.
Because as long as you are alive, as long as God, the only thing that can bring you down is your health.
Yeah.
It is one of the most golden things we have, our health. Take care of your health. Because you can lose money.
Yeah.
And losing money is a life lesson. And people have lost money. As a matter of fact, if you read these people who are very successful, business-wise, financially, they have gone through losses that you cannot imagine. Losses that would make you commit suicide. Losses that would make you want to end your life. So fear of failure is failure itself. Because if you fear to fail, you will not do what is necessary to succeed.
Wow.
Kamau, on the other hand, who has an abundance mindset, will take the risk. You will say, I'm afraid I might lose. By the way, these ventures are risky. Business is risky.
Very
Business
risky.
is closed down, especially in this economy. And it is not a bad thing. And if you have opened a business and it has gone down or it has closed, it's not because you are a bad person.
No.
Don't worry about
What a
business closing.
stress.
Talk to some of us, will tell you how much losses we have gone through. You will be surprised if you sat down with people and they tell you how much they have lost. You will... Have you ever thought you have problems?
Until you hear someone else's.
Yes. And you go and share with someone, they tell you, namwambia, ndugu mtazamaji,
Wow.
sina shida. Wewe ndio uko na shida.
Hata mimi sina. Hata mimi kwa sasa sina shida. Acha tu-
But if you operate from fear, you will think that your problems are going to be so great because you have lost money. So an abundance mindset person, Kamau, will take this money and ask himself, what problem does the society have? Or how can I add value? It's not necessarily solving problems, because you see now there are guys who are gifted at invention and coming up with solutions. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy who offers solution. I just go to the normal businesses that people do.
Yeah.
But they will take that money and put it, let's say, in and buy shares. I'm talking about shares because of how risky it is right now.
It is very buying shares, bonds, and all of that. That's risky business.
Very, very risky.
Very risky.
But they will do
business.
it anyway.
Yeah.
If you fear to fail, you've already failed. Fear to fail is failure itself. Fear to, why would you fear to fail? What will we tell those people who have failed and succeeded?
Yeah.
What will you tell the likes of Mark Cuban, who I read his book? By the way, he has a very amazing book where he talks about the secretary who stole almost every money he made from him. He used to write checks and give it to the secretary. The secretary will go and whitewash the check and write her name. One day, Cuban goes to the bank and he has no money. Yet akianza, yet the company was making money.
Dem alienda na zote.
Yes. And he said he forgave her and started all over. What happens to those people who have opened businesses and they've gone down? You learn. So if you want to, I have seen that success is risk. So do not fear risk. Don't be risk averse. A risk averse person is someone who fears risk. Take the risk. High risk, high reward.
Yeah.
Admire hardship. Admire difficulties. That's how I operate, even from gym and all those things. I've gotten to a place where now I don't fear. No, I'm not saying I'm completely fearless. No,
Be fearless.
No. No. I have my fears. But I still battle with them. But when it comes to business, I have understood that you must take the risk.
Yeah.
So I take risks.
Yes, you do. Yes, you very much do.
I take risks. I go sit down sometimes and I ask myself, are you crazy? I have asked myself that question. Are you crazy?
What?
Are you providing for your children's children? Are you leaving an inheritance
for your children's children?
Because sometimes I would, let's say, do some gig here or get some interest from this portfolio income.
And that's the next thing we're talking about.
Yes, we'll talk about it. I'd get some interest out of it. And then I would take that interest plus the principal and put it in a business. Sometimes, let's say, this is an example.
Yeah.
An example.
Please.
Yes. Let's say I have $1 million bob.
Yeah.
And I did a business and then I got 1 million shillings. I'll take that 1 million, and maybe let's say I got the interest was, let's say 114,000. I'll take the 1,114,000, go and put it back to the business and remain with almost nothing. Yeah. And there is a high chance that money is going to inaweza ogelea. But you tell yourself, fine, what if I succeed? It's like these people
you say you only have to be right once.
Yes. Mark Cuban says you are allowed, wapenzi watazamaji, to be wrong as many times as you possibly can. You only need to be right once. You only need to be right once. And how will you know that once has come? If you have fear. Yeah. I saw Mark Zuckerberg had opened so many apps before Facebook. Hey, go read about him. Go read about him.
Homework ya leo.
Go read about Amazon. He's called who? There is even a photo doing rounds on the internet. His first desk where he was working.
Okay.
There is one time he was called for an interview when they had made, I don't know how many $1 million in terms of losses. And he was asked, are you okay with...
Walimwita interview kumuuliza kuhusu
losses. Yes, they called him for an interview to ask him if he's okay, why he's okay continuing that business, and it's making losses. Funny bit, if you watch that video, look for it.
I will.
If you watch that video, he was laughing at himself. He was laughing at it. Talking about millions of dollars.
In losses.
But where is Amazon now?
Yeah.
Where is it now?
Where that's a multi.
There are guys who face a small challenge.
Na
anafunga. Usifunge. We will talk about business, but challenges are there, losses are there. The books of accounts we study in school, profit and loss. The accounting document it's called profit and loss account. Profit and loss statement, sorry.
Yeah.
Profit and loss statement. Why is it called profit and loss? Because loss is also a factor.
Yeah. True.
So yes, they love risk. Be someone, I'm not saying this is something, it's not an easy, just before we go, it's not an easy thing. It's and it's easier said than done. It's not an easy thing. It is something that you teach yourself slowly by slowly.
And we go to the next point that says scarcity mindset focus on working income, abundance mindset focus on their net worth.
Scarcity focus on working income.
Yes.
Abundance focus on net worth. Let me flip it and begin with the abundance mindset.
Yes.
And I can begin by defining what net worth is.
Please do.
Yes. Your net worth is the sum total of all your assets. Yes. All your assets minus all your liabilities. That's your net worth.
Okay.
By assets, I mean everything.
Land,
everything that you own. In simple terms, your net worth is what you own minus what you owe.
Okay.
What you own minus what you owe. If you own a house worth 5 million and you have a bank loan worth 6 million, and that is the only thing you have a negative net worth.
Your net worth is negative 1 million.
Yes. So a sum total of what you own
minus
what you owe. Hey. So an abundance mindset person, and this is according to Robert Kiyosaki, grows their asset column. Because wealth is in assets. Wealth is in assets. Money, liquid cash, loses value with time to inflation. You see?
Yeah.
Wealth, therefore, is in asset. And asset in terms of maybe land, maybe this asset, even though they lose value like cars, you can go to portfolio assets like the money markets, the stocks, the bonds. You can have rental income. So the sum total of what you own minus what you owe. So what you do, you take your nice notebook.
That pretty notebook that you bought.
And you start asking yourself, I as Silas ukari kusema do solemnly swear
that this is what I own.
Yes. Now you start. Number 1, I own a piece of land in Kamulu Joska. Tuseme
Maguta.
1.5 million. You write 1.5 million. I own this. I own this. I own everything that
Calculate.
you own. I own this phone. I own this.
Or even your phone.
Everything that you own, which is of value, which has that value.
Okay.
Because you are going to measure it against what you owe.
Okay.
So when you deduct what you own from what you owe, that is how you calculate your net worth. Now, if you calculate your net worth in that notebook, nice notebook, and you find yourself at a negative net worth, you don't own anything significant, but you owe significantly. So unasikia tunazaliwa na deni ya 85,000.
Kuna mtoto ashazaliwa na net worth ya negative.
Ukizaliwa uko minus 85,000.
Sasa iko 85.
I think it's 85,000.
Way, jamani.
No, say it would be way more.
Yeah.
It would be
maybe at 100 plus.
By then it would be way more right now, because the time I had it was at 70,000 and it was a few years ago.
Sasa ni so. Sasa hata so mbili maybe. Okay.
So how do you now use your abundance mindset when it comes to assets and liabilities? You don't necessarily reduce your liabilities. You don't necessarily reduce what you owe. Because that is a scarcity mindset. Because scarcity mindset don't want to have these loans. They don't want to owe a lot.
Yeah.
So they focus on the liability column. If only I reduce my liabilities, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
An abundance mindset person thinks, I have these liabilities, how do I grow my assets? Because if you strengthen the asset column of your account, you become more wealthy.
Yeah.
Let's say, Tracey, you owe 10 million right now, and you own 5 million. You can strive to reduce the 10 million.
Yeah.
But that won't make you wealthy. It will only bring you to an even point where you are debt free.
Yeah.
Imagine a scenario where you tell yourself, I have earned this 5 million. Let me increase this column. Let me use this 5 million, build a house, rent it out. Let me build my asset column. When you build your asset column, I think that is the recommended way of building wealth, becoming wealthy. Nobody has ever become wealthy by saving. You cannot save your way to wealth.
You can't save your
Saving
way to become
is good.
a billionaire.
Yeah. You cannot go. I've not seen. I'm waiting to see. One, I've not seen a billionaire who you go to and ask, how did you become a billionaire? And then they tell you, I saved my way to billions.
I saved my salary.
Wealthy people, from what I have read, grow their asset column. They grow them. That means whenever you get money, you put money. We talked about money working for you. You put money to work. You open businesses. You do stuff that will generate income. Remember, stuff that will put money in your pocket rather than taking money away from your pocket.
Yeah.
You can still have the 10 million liability. Imagine, see you own 5 million and you owe 10 million. You're at a negative 5 million.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
What if you grow your asset column to 100 million? Will that matter?
It will not.
Will it matter that you owe 10
No,
million? So it is not an issue of how much you owe. It is an issue of striving to
increase your assets.
And I saw Robert Kiyosaki recommends that the way to become wealthy is to buy assets. Buy assets. Invest your money in assets. When we get money, sisi wapenzi watazamaji, we think about shoes, we think about cars, we think about clothing,
going to nice restaurants,
we think about nice restaurants, we think about flashing money to show people how amazing we are. I saw another one bought aka juzi akaiweka ribbons
ule na balloon niliona nikacheka nikajiambia unto you sina
na ako na champagne
alimwagilia champagne pale
hapo.
Very excited.
You're celebrating that way, depreciating asset.
A liability.
Okay. Sawa. Do you?
To each his own.
Do you?
To each his
Eh,
own. Lakini
do you?
sikiliza
But-
Redpill.
Grow your asset column. Imagine, for example, I get some money, I go and buy a Range Rover worth 14 million. What have I bought? Have I bought an asset? Have I bought a liability?
That's a liability.
We said, according to Robert Kiyosaki, an asset puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money away from your pocket. Let me tell you, with cars, the easiest thing is buying them. That is the easiest thing. Every car owner will tell you.
True.
That the easiest thing with a car
it.
is buying it.
Maintaining.
I am telling you, your greatest expense is fuel.
Yeah.
Hey, calculate the amount of fuel you use per year. Some use even half. You can find yourself having used even a quarter the value of your car in fuel. Now it has flown away. Because when you buy that car, you buy a 14 million car, your insurance is in millions.
It is in me.
Per year.
That's a lot of money.
Your fuel,
That's around 5
you are not those guys who go and say, nieke 200.
Awe, hata itakohoa.
Yes.
Hata kusneeze.
You're those guys who want to.
Just a tank.
But imagine if Njoroge,
The same 14 million.
yes, has this 14 million.
Yenye umekuwa Njoroge.
Njoroge millions.
Millions.
Njoroge takes this 14 million and goes and buys, let's say, real estate or a piece of land,
Kabroti.
builds 3-story, I think, buys a 1 million piece of land, a 50 by 100, builds a rental of, let's say, 2 floors.
Yeah.
2 floors, and charges rent. Do you know he's better off
Way better.
than this guy who's bought a car?
Way better.
To show people.
1 million times
And put
better.
ribbons.
And then puts ribbons.
Yes, you see.
You have something against the ribbons and the
No,
balloons.
you see.
Uko na beef. Uko na beef now what?
I thought that was that was making it.
Oh.
Yes, I thought that was. That's nowhere near.
Aki tunaonanga watu wameweka hizo ribbons tuna feel pressure.
That is not making it.
Yeah.
If you want to know somebody's making it, check what they invest their money on. If they invest their monies on assets, they are working their way towards being wealthy. They are growing their asset column. If they invest money on liabilities,
Would you even call it investing though?
that's what if they put money on liabilities, the Bible says a fool and his wealth are soon parted. Not to say that buying a car is foolish.
It's not foolish.
No, there are people who, if I have 100 million, spending 6 million on a car is cheap.
Yeah.
Even 10 million against 100. So it depends on what you have. But technically, as somebody who wants to grow wealth, you see, we don't want to be poorer in future. We want to be more wealthy.
We want to live
So as somebody who wants to grow, I have seen that the asset column is the most important column to grow. Leave alone the debts, leave alone the liabilities, the asset column. So invest in wealth. A scarcity mindset person does that. By the way, that is working from scarcity, especially the display of opulence. There are guys who display opulence, and it is very rare to see the very wealthy guys display opulence because they cannot imagine just dishing away all this money that they made legally. You see, it is unimaginable that I can go and splash money that I worked very hard to make. It is unimaginable. You don't see that opulence in the guys we read. Wachana na hawa, I bought my girlfriend, I bought my friend a car. The ones we read. The Cubans, they buy jets, they buy airplanes. But you don't see there's a certain behavior associated with them.
Yeah.
That is very different from your ordinary Muppets. Your ordinary Muppets are there for entertainment. It's a show. and they put cameras there. And when people are doing that, they are operating from scarcity mindset, because a scarcity mindset person has a lot to prove to the society. Yeah,
hapo umeguza wengi.
They have a lot to prove.
Hapo utakuwa umeguza
because
wengi.
they think that being someone or being respected is all about what you have.
Yeah.
It's all about what you have. That's the respect. And since they have gotten, yes, I'm not saying they're poor. They're not. They're not wealthy. I'm not saying they're poor. They have. But now since they have been so used to not having.
Now they want to show it.
Now, since they have, everybody watanijua.
Mtanitambua.
We will go out on a shopping spree and we will make sure the guys, I know some are content creators, but some is for content. Let's shop with me.
Let's go. Let's go shop.
Let's go.
Let's
see me.
Out
when someone buys iPhone 16, they want to unbox it in front of those are people operating from scarcity mindset. It is only a scarcity mindset person that will do that.
Alafu akuandikia hapo sana.
Because they have a lot to prove. I told you last time, people don't care.
We don't.
We have a lot of problems. Our taxation, we are overtaxed. I mean, if I sit down like this, I want to worry about taxes. Chief, Sha, and the Shish.
And the assistant chief.
Yes. I want to worry about those things.
Yeah.
So even if you show me that you have bought a
car with a champagne,
yes, all those
and
things.
a new phone.
I will look at it and
for 2 minutes.
For your fellow scarcity mindset people, they will feel jealous. Those are the people you're targeting. By the way,
leo umeshautia watu Silas.
Today I'm shouting.
Leo umeshout.
By the way, I'm telling you.
Leo umeshout.
Misery loves company. A scarcity mindset person only impresses scarcity mindset people.
Ukiona unakuwa impressed na vitu kaizi.
Yes, because like I told you last time, you buy a car, Tracey, I'll be happy for you. Tracey has a nice ride. She seems to be doing well. On to my life. By the way, tomorrow I'm supposed to pay shisha.
And other insurances.
And housing levy. We are worried about housing levy. I look at my payslip and get depressed.
Unalipia nyumba hauishi.
As I see your ribbons and balloons on
the back of your mind.
Yes, but I would not even be driven to jealousy. Because what are you spending your money on? What would tickle my intellect or what would make me interested is, hey, so and so went and has started this business. This is in the business of doing this. Better spend that money. Maybe let's assume this fellow we are talking about, that is proceeds of him investing.
Hopefully.
Yes. If it is proceeds of investments, congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Because
there is time for kurudishia mwili pole. But why post? Why post? You have your own content, post your content. Wachana na hizo vitu zingine. And then again, we are living in a country where people are struggling. Don't rub it in. Money hates that.
Yeah.
Don't rub it
in people's faces.
We said 90% of Kenyans earn below 100,000 Kenya shillings.
That is a sad statistic.
Yes. Oh, they said it is. I don't get it correctly, but it's below 20% of Kenyans have 500,000 and above as their bank balance.
Less than
20%.
Wow.
Of Kenyans. Please, when you're doing that, what you are inviting to yourself is those jealousy, envy, resentment, all the negativity. Succeed. Call you a nice circle.
Very small circle.
Small circle. Celebrate with them. The rest of us don't care. But I'll give you a like. I always leave a like for opulence.
Like you've gone above and beyond at least.
Yes.
A like for the effort.
I will give you. So I hope you're just creating content, but I'll give you the like.
Wow. Aya. Scarcity mindset play the game of money, not to lose. Abundance mindset plays to win.
I loved this one when I read it.
We need to put that on a t-shirt.
Yes, we need to put this on a scarcity mindset person or a person operating under the scarcity mindset plays the game of money not to lose. That means they play defense. An abundance mindset person plays the game to win. They play offense. Let's go to a football match.
Okay.
Let's go to a football match.
All right.
And there is team A and team B. Team A has come to defend. That means they don't want to attack. Will they ever score any goal? They are playing to prevent themselves. Their sole aim is from being beaten. Tusifungwe.
Kwa hivyo mnakaa tu
But
hapo.
a person operating under the abundance mindset is on attack. It is only when you're on attack mode that you can score. Not on defense. You don't score on defense. You score on attack. So when you're playing the game of money, play it to win. How do we play to win? The parable of the talents. We reproduce, we multiply. A friend of mine, Clement, told me the other day, you know, he likes to tell me, Silas, you do a lot of things. He likes to tell me that. You do many things. The other day he was telling me, you do so many things. He was telling me, if you put your heart into something and you do it with all the willingness, with all the commitment and the enthusiasm that is required to do, the universe conspires to see you succeed. The universe, and we can name content creators. Now let's go to our local content creators. Look at a guy like Crazy Kenan. Man, that guy is hardworking.
The funniest guy.
That guy is
In my
funny,
opinion, he's the
creative,
funniest.
hardworking.
Yeah.
Look at Austin, my guy.
You guy, my guy.
Hey, the guy is hardworking.
Yeah.
Look at Nchugushi.
Yeah.
Look at Mkurugenzi.
Kuruz, yeah.
These guys are always producing content. You know very little about their lives.
Very.
Personal life, private lives, very little.
Very little.
You see this. Do you know I was wale watu wa kwanza kufuata Mkurugenzi.
Same, during COVID 2020.
Yes, during COVID.
Akikuwa kwa bush.
Akikalia stool.
Stool.
Imagine that first episode.
I remember that.
Until now. You see?
He just had an entire 6,000 people.
The universe conspires to see you succeed.
Yeah.
If you put your heart and your mind and all the effort, the universe. So you play the game to win. Don't you think Mkurugenzi calling 6,000 people was it not a risk? Have we not seen people who have made those events and a few people show up?
Very few people show up.
It's a risk. But you take that risk. If they come, you win. And since you're providing value, and we said the psychology of money is provide value.
Yeah.
Money chases after
value.
All those 6,000 people who went, they found
value.
time. They created time to go and listen to Mkurugenzi.
Yeah, and the money.
And the money.
And the money.
And they paid.
And they paid.
And they paid.
And
so,
they went there very early.
I can say,
Yeah.
Akira Mkuru, Kina Njugush, they're operating from
perfect example.
An abundance mindset. They go big or you go home. They decide, let's go big.
Yeah.
It's a risky venture. I listened to Njugush on Mic Check. And during COVID, he made losses.
He talked about it.
He talked about
it.
You see? But he risked anyway. But right now, do you think those losses hurt?
Saizi wapi?
They don't.
Wapi?
They don't hurt.
Wapi?
So, on the flip side, the scarcity mindset person plays the game not to lose. When they earn money, they don't want to lose it. The best way or the easiest way to lose money is to desire to not lose it. Or
you lose it 10 times.
You lose it 10 times. Either you lose it physically, the money itself, or lose it to inflation. Either way, you have lost it. Either way, you have lost it.
Yo.
So, play the game to win. And how do you play the game to win? Ask yourself, what do winners do? They invest in assets. They have portfolio income. They open businesses. They do all these things. Tell yourself, I'll do these things. I know it is risky. I know I might lose. And I might lose big. But if I win, I will win big. And our God is faithful.
True.
You will not put it there and it goes away or goes into nothing. It will reap. You will reap the benefits of what you are doing. Nasikia kama tuchukue tu mavitambaa tuanza kulia hapo.
Na kushow. We. Oya. Mimi I think at this point you know where you are. Are you a scarcity mindset? Are you operating on a scarcity or an abundance mindset? Don't worry, we are going to give you the remedy. We tell you your problem and we show you the way, you know? Okay. Let's go to the final point before how to shift your mindset. Scarcity mindset focuses on obstacle. Abundance focus on opportunity.
Yes, scarcity mindset focuses on obstacles. They see the problem and the problem is very clear before them.
Yeah.
The problem is very clear. They are problem oriented. Abundance mindset people are opportunities oriented. Even with problems. And all of us have problems. There are people who say our country with the taxes and all that, we are on a bad place.
Yeah.
And everyone agrees that we are on a bad place economically.
True.
One will say, oh, you see, businesses are closing down. It's not a good time to open business.
Hey, I've heard people say that.
Yeah, thank you so much. The other guys are opening businesses and they're working. It's not a good time to open business. You know, we're waiting for... Who knows about tomorrow? Who knows about tomorrow? We're dealing with today. Maybe you're the one who will raise our income. Maybe you're the one who will open business that will create jobs.
Amen.
Maybe you're the one who will employ 1,000 people.
Yeah, and almost cure unemployment.
Maybe you're the one who will discover the cure for cancer.
Imagine.
Maybe you're the one who will do that. But I told you, the most accurate shot is a shot at nothing.
Nothing.
When you shoot at nothing, you will hit it every time. Very accurately.
Aim. Bullseye.
You don't even need skills to shoot at nothing. How we touch skills? Just get a gun, point at nothing, and shoot.
You will
aimed. Hit it.
Utakomegonga target.
Yes. So they focus on obstacles. There is nothing good in this world that doesn't have obstacles.
Yeah.
Wapenzi, watazamaji. Economy aside, nothing good is smooth. If it was easy, nothing good is easy.
Nothing.
If it was easy, everyone
would have it.
Everybody would have it. Because it is easy. If it is easy to gain muscles,
kila mtu angekuwa
nayo. Na the reason why hii muscle ya tumbo inakuwa rahisi. Hii ni rahisi. It does not require effort. It just requires you sit and lazy around and you will grow it.
Yeah.
Hii ya mkono inakuanga ngumu na kifua. Hapo chini tumbo inakuwa rahisi sana.
Very easy. Yeah. Just sit down and eat.
That's why you see obesity rate is high. In America here it's very high.
It's higher.
When you meet 10 Muppets, 9 of them wako nako. So, an abundance mindset person sees opportunities amidst obstacles. They see opportunities. A good example ni hiyo story tunapeana ya mkurugenzi. It was COVID. I remember him giving the story of how he started that podcast.
Yeah.
How he started that program.
Yeah.
It was COVID. Alikuwa tu anapiga story kwa nyumba.
Yeah, to the wife.
Then the wife tells him, si wende waambie watu hizi stories. You see, there was obstacles. Guys are not working, guys are not congregating.
Yeah.
But you can be alone, be in front of a camera,
and now have people listen to you.
COVID taught us that we don't need to go to offices. We don't need brick and mortar stores. Nowadays, guys are operating businesses from their phones. You go to Gikomba, Wadhi. Naitwa Wadhi. You go to Wadhi, you get your shoes. You post. A person
Client.
looks at it.
Yeah.
They see it. They buy. You don't need a brick and mortar store. You know, before COVID,
Lazima
for you to sell these things, you needed a place.
Lazima uwe na duka.
Duka yako iko wapi?
Na msee wa kuuza.
Na uandike mtu ulipe electricity, ulipe water, ulipe garbage.
100,000.
You pay all those things. But right now, from your phone, we have endless opportunities. By the way, I always just sit down and think about opportunities. What are opportunities out there? I'm telling you, if it is to go to Gikomba and get clothes and sell them, I would. It's just that I don't know the business.
Yeah.
But once I understand the business, I want to venture.
You're very curious.
I want to venture. Like this, we are in the business of information.
And yeah.
It is in the business of information.
Yeah.
Which is also another business.
It is.
Business of all that. We have opportunities. So you see, our economy is bad. Don't sit there. Our economy is bad and it's bad to everyone. What are you doing about it? You know, Kenya, and these are scarcity mindset people.
Yeah.
Kenya has there is a lot of unemployment. So you don't try because there is unemployment.
So you don't?
Is that what it means?
Wow.
You don't try now.
Umetuma papers mara
Do you know the guys who have ametuma CV
mara tatu? No, ushasema kuna
Akaambiwa
unemployment. Umesema kuna employment.
Some of us have been rejected until we get surprised when you are accepted.
We regret to inform you. Yes. We regret.
Some of us have had no's. When I was applying for online work, those accounts are difficult to get.
Yeah.
They are extremely difficult to get. No. When you get a yes, you get surprised. Umetuma email tatu na unasema
hakuna job.
Ama mwingine, another one gets employed, then starts facing challenges in employment, and then they quit.
Do you know how many times I get pissed at such people? Anyway,
Never
don't
quit unless it is a toxic, abusive, to the point that you cannot function.
You can't work effectively.
Nowadays, you tell someone you're foolish, they go into depression.
They've quit.
Go into depression, go to a nice corner. But he told me I was foolish. He told me I was foolish.
This is a toxic work environment.
Yes, you take a selfie or you take a video and then you start crying to people. Imagine my boss. Some of us have been insulted and called names and misunderstood and beaten and all those things. But we say this is life. Dust yourself. Yes.
Wow.
Preach.
Hey, leo umeattack watu najua watu wana feel attacked. Mimi niko hapa tunasikia tu nimepigwa vibaya.
There is a solution.
There is always a solution.
There is always. First, when you go to the hospital, you don't get in the hospital you get two things.
Yeah.
You get a description of your disease, and from the description you get a prescription.
Yeah.
So if you go to the hospital and just get a description, we have only given you a description of your disease. And it started with where did my money go? No, it started with managing my finances. Yeah. Now that you have realized that you were operating on a scarcity mindset.
We want to shift that.
Close your notebook. Kneel down and pray.
Tutawafunza maombi.
Tell our Father who art in heaven that, Lord, help me. You know, Romans 12:1 says, in view of this, do not be conformed. No, Romans 12 says, do not be conformed to the patterns of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve that which is good and pleasing and perfect will of God.
Yeah.
So,
kneel down.
You can post this video and kneel down and say, Lord Jesus, I have been operating
on a scarcity
mindset. Not only financially,
but
also
everything
in
else.
my relationship, in my life. Thou,
I'm
Lord,
just scarce.
Have mercy on me. And then now, let's go to the solution.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Ndio dawa yako sasa. Number 1, cultivate gratitude.
Cultivate gratitude. There is a hymn that is called Count Your Blessings.
Yeah.
Name them one by one. We think it's a Sunday school it's for a song for kids.
Yeah.
Happy songs. Cultivate gratitude. When you operate on a scarcity mindset, you will never be grateful about what you have. Gratitude is saying, I may not be where I am supposed to be, but I thank God that I'm not where I used to be. You see, if I compare my life this year and last year or the previous year, have I progressed? Even if it is one step, I have moved.
That's a move.
Cultivate gratitude. When you live in your house, whether small or big does not matter. Look at everything that you own in that house and thank God for it. That house you're calling a shack, there are people who are homeless. There are people who would give everything to have that shack. That bank account yenye unasikia iko 1,000 unaanza kuwa depressed. There is someone who does not even have a bank account.
Because there's nothing to put.
There is nothing to put.
There's nothing to put in a bank account.
There is nothing to put there. So have an attitude of gratitude. And you thank God because of the things that he has given to you. He has, first of all, given you life. He has given you a brain. Most of us, majority of Kenyans have gone to school. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Majority of us have gone to school.
Yeah.
So you've had the privilege of sitting in a classroom. You have a brain. Some of us are even, a smartphone is almost a basic need. You have a smartphone. Go there and find opportunities to make wealth. Go and find opportunities to build your asset column. I am in that process. I've not made it. I've not made it myself. But I'm telling you, my single focus is buying assets. And when I get money, I buy assets. I have friends who I am accountable to. When I get money and I go to them and I ask myself, what asset am I? I open business. I do this. I do that. Grow your asset. That's the tactic. But start with gratitude.
Start with gratitude. All right.
By the way,
but there's a biblical perspective to that.
1 Thessalonians 5:18 says,
Yeah.
give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. It is God's will that you give thanks in
all.
Not for. In.
In.
You know that word? In all circumstances. So when you're depressed, give thanks. When you are in plenty, give thanks.
When you're in luck,
when you are in luck, give thanks. The Bible says give thanks in all circumstances.
All.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them.
Inakuanga ngumu, but
it is the will of God for your life.
Ya pili. Reframe your thoughts.
Si tumesema tu saa hii Romans 12:1. Reframe your thoughts.
Do not conform to
Tell
the
yourself
of this world.
The first way to rehabilitate someone is acceptance.
Accept
that
you are a scarcity mindset.
I am a scarcity mindset person,
Yeah.
and I've always been looking at life from a point of scarcity. And I shall change my mindset from that to abundance. Because an abundance mindset person is a generous person.
Yeah.
A scarcity mindset person is a stingy person. Therefore,
nikupeni baki na. You know that's what people ask.
By the way, givers never lack. Givers never lack.
Nikupatie ni baki na nini?
Yes. I have seen that from a friend of mine. I have practiced it. The more you give, the more God supplies to you so that you can continue giving.
To give.
Yes.
Okay. Practice generosity. Ama hiyo ndo tumetoka kusema.
Ndio hiyo hapo ndio tuko.
Oh.
Practice generosity. There are guys who think that they will lose anything by giving. Giving is the secret. This one I will say without fear of contradiction. From the little giving I have done or I do, I have not sat down one day and become broke because I have given. I have not. I may become broke because of foolishness. I may become broke because of growing the liability section rather than the asset section.
But not because
of
generosity.
God rewards. If you have that family member who is struggling, support them.
Yeah.
If you have that church member who is hungry, feed them. If you have that person who lacks, give it to them. You will not lose anything. God will replenish. See, hiyo ndio our starting verse ya Proverbs.
Yeah.
God will replenish.
Yeah.
Be a giver. Practice generosity.
The Bible verse ni nasema it is more blessed to give than to receive. That's Acts 20:35. Whoever sows generously will also reap generously. 2 Corinthians 9:6. Haya. Focus on growth and learning. This is why we're talking about the books that we refer to a lot.
A scarcity
this podcast.
mindset person thinks they know.
Hey, mjuaji Kemenyi.
I have found them. I have had some.
They've sat in your office.
Yes, some have even visited me. Some have seen what I do. And like, Silas, you are risking too much. It's too much.
Unapoteza do.
Unapoteza do. You could do this. And they have some very outrageous.
Wanakuja kukupatia idea.
Yes, outrageous ideas.
Wewe ndo ujui sasa. Let me teach you.
Now, this is not even the problem. The problem is if you volunteer advice to them. First of all, some people get offended. Have you ever seen someone ukimwambia, hey, you would look nice on a certain trouser? Then they think you're just saying that they're not dressed well.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to mean that. It doesn't have to mean that. Learn. The people I know that are wealthy are avid readers. Avid. I have friends who keep asking me, what are you reading?
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to a place and you ask, what are you reading?
Yeah, I have. I have.
What are you
reading? Yeah.
Because
there
is a lot of knowledge out there. And especially now.
True.
Where you have something as simple as ChatGPT.
Oh, God, what doesn't ChatGPT know?
It can give you everything. You can Google. You can watch podcasts.
I can watch Redpill.
Wachana na mapanga le. So you go and watch a podcast on how to
build wealth.
To change your mindset. You can watch this podcast.
You can watch this one. Send it to your cousins.
Yes. So, learn.
Be a curious person.
Yes.
Okay. Biblical perspective. The Bible verse on that is, for the righteous falls 7 times and rises again, but the wicked stumble in times of calamity. Proverbs 24:16.
Perfect.
Okay. Another one. Surround yourself with abundance-minded people. And that one is very important. Honestly, that one is a very important point. Ukijisurround na watu wanaongeaga tu hakuna economy ni mbaya, hakuna pesa, that is who you're going to be.
You are the product of the 5 people you hang around. If you hang around 4 thieves, you are the 5th. You are the 5th.
It does not matter if you've never stolen.
Yes.
You will steal one day.
No, you will steal. You are the 5th. Do you know that if you hang around 4 successful people, you'll be the 5th?
Yeah.
You will. You will, because you will learn. If they become your friend. So,
see fake friends.
Be friends. Surround. And you see, one way to surround you can even surround yourself with the funny bit. You can surround yourself even with the likes of Akina McCuban. Even when you're in Kenya.
Yeah. Read their books. Yeah.
You don't have to be their personal friend. Get the books. Read. Surround yourself with people who are positive. The economy is doing bad. Everybody knows. It's not news. We don't have to sit here and talk for 2 hours about how bad our economy is. Surround yourself with people who are positive. If you surround yourself with people who are businessmen, you become another one. You will automatically be influenced. That tells you, if you surround yourself with time wasters, you'll be another one.
Yeah.
Let them tell you, Tracy, that unajifanya. That I have been told. I have been told that this guy nowadays, this is how he behaves, anajifanya. That's fine.
Let them say it.
Yes. And when you are on your journey to self-improvement, you will lose friends. You will lose them.
Isn't that true?
You will lose them because they they do not want you to grow. They want you to be like them. Misery loves company. The company of miserable people is very warm. It is very warm. We can sit today down and talk about the government all we want. Or we can sit down and say the economy is bad. How can we pull money and open a business? Yes. So those are the kind of friends I want. Those are the kind of friends I hang around. If you see me hanging around a person or being close to that person, that
There's
person
value.
is a business person.
There's value
There's
there.
value.
Yeah.
I don't do, as principle, I don't do chit chat. I don't do
Small talk.
Small talk. I did them kitambo. It's time
Only
for
waste
self-improvement.
time.
I don't do those chit chat, small talks, all those things. And once I notice a person is negative, I disappear from their lives.
But hanging around people who are negative is exhausting. It is exhausting.
draining.
Hata unafikirianga, I'm meeting this person, you're like, this one will just complain.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting. As someone who has had a couple of people like that, it's exhausting. Bible verse, walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. Proverbs 13:20. Sisi tunasema ni Biblia. Set clear financial goals. By now,
tunahitaji kuongea juu ya hii
tuko
kweli?
episode 4 na haujui kuset financial goals surely.
No, tunahitaji kuongea juu ya hii kweli?
Unataka tu enda watch episode 1, 2, 3.
I remember that meme ya ule msee akisema I'm in a lot of problems.
Nataka mniombe.
Nataka mniambie.
I'm going
I'm in a
through.
lot of
Na
problems.
mimi nimejiletea.
At least you anajua ni yeye.
Anajua ni
Anajua
yeye.
source ya
Hata
problem
wewe
yake
zako za
ni
pesa
yeye.
ni wewe.
Ni wewe.
Ni wewe, it's you. Don't blame Ruto. Do not blame Kasongo.
Ni
Yes,
wewe.
nothing. It's you.
It is you.
It's you. He's to
It
blame,
is
but
you.
it's you. Biblical perspective. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower, and we read this verse.
Yes.
Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? Luke 14:28. Hata hapa tuiongelelei. Tuko hapa na hauji kuset. Unajiuliza ati how do I set financial goals? If you're a new viewer, enda episode 1, 2, 3. I think we've spoken about budgeting and all of that. Money, planning your finances kwa hizo episodes zote. So please watch. Hata tunakuwekea link hapa juu. Easy work, cause maybe hutaki kuitafuta, iko hapa, just click hapa juu, utaipata hapo. Develop trust in God's provision.
Yes. Our God owns everything, like I said last time. He's the one who created everything, including ourselves.
Yeah.
He's the source of wealth and everything that comes, or everything that we have in this life. If you want to know that you own nothing in this world, even if I have a title deed written my name, I don't own it, I'm just but a custodian. One day you'll go 6 feet under.
Yeah.
And when you die, that property is going to go to somebody else. Somebody is going to get all your stuff. Everything that you own is going to go to somebody else.
Yeah.
So we are just but custodians. And since our God is a wealthy God, if we, James says, if we lack wisdom, we should ask God, who gives liberally without showing fault. If you want wisdom on how to succeed in business, that's a good prayer item.
Yeah.
To ask God to help you. No. If you are not clear as to which mindset you operate on, you're probably operating under a scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
If you
Yes,
are clear
it is.
about your mindset, you're probably
It's a
operating
scarcity
under
mindset.
scarcity mindset. Ask God to help you view life from the abundance that He has given us. Help Him, tell Him to help you find ways in which you can tap into the opportunities that are there. Tell Him to help you have a creative mind. Or succeed in business. Tell Him to assist you, to show you. God shows us and helps us even to see what business to do as a Christian.
Yeah.
We have God by our side. Therefore, we must trust Him that He will guide us. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, nimezipoteza hata sijui niko namba gani. Okay, sawa. Let's read the Bible verse. And my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of his glory in Jesus Christ. Philippians 4:19. The earth is the Lord's and everything in it. Psalms
Exactly.
24 verse 1. Next point. Celebrate others' successes. Watu wa mawivu.
Celebrate other people's success.
Watu wanasemanga clap for people.
Yeah.
Clap for them.
Clap for them. Be genuinely happy for them. Yeah.
Kuna watu wanakuklapianga hivi alafu ukisonga wanakufanyia.
Be genuinely happy for people.
Yeah.
Be a happy person. We are happy people. Be a happy person. And be happy for others.
Be happy for others. The Bible
Root
says,
for them.
Yeah.
Cheer them as they go.
It will cost you nothing.
Yeah.
The Bible says, rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn. Romans 12:5. Sawa.
There is an analogy that Clement gave us some time back. He was telling us about planes. Plane, I'm using it as an umbrella term. So there is a helicopter which just
Inaendaga juu, yeah.
It just goes up. You remember that?
Alisemange kitu
In
ni
your phone?
phonic, yes.
There's a helicopter which just goes up. There are the small planes which do the runway kidogo, then they fly.
And
then there is
the big ones.
Big planes which have to scale the
Zezi
runway
inaendaga
until they go.
Yeah.
All these planes find themselves
At a distance.
in the air. So he was using this analogy to show us that people have different levels and times in which they blossom, either financially or in any shape of life. So you could be a helicopter. Do you know there are guys who clear high school
And their lives
they clear campus like this even with this bad economy and get jobs immediately. They never tarmac.
Yeah.
There are guys who've never tarmacked in their life. Be happy for them.
Yeah.
There are guys who have tarmac like myself.
Umefanya mjengo.
Wamekanyaga lami proper. Lami unajua ile wamekanyaga
lami.
Wamekanyaga. Uliza kiatu. Ukiuliza viatu vyetu. Vitakueleza. There are guys who've done that. But you get to a point,
inaivana.
There are guys who will be there longer. The planes, they will scale, but one time they'll come and
take off.
These guys who take time, be happy for those ones who go immediately. Don't think they are devil worshippers.
Or even the ones who take off immediately. Do not look down on these ones whose journey is taking
Don't think
time.
that you've done anything. It's all by God's grace.
It's only God's grace.
Yes.
Awesome. How's tumesoma hiyo verse ya rejoice. Take the name Nyambura is showing off today. Take calculated risks. Keyword.
Calculated. Yes. It is not just risk.
Calculated.
Now, this is where we clarify. It's not just taking a risk.
Yeah.
Calculated risk. You cannot predict the outcome 100%.
True.
But calculate. Like, for example, I've given you an example. If you want to buy shares, the best time to buy shares is when is a time like now.
Yeah.
When vitu
saizi ziko chini.
Yeah, saizi ziko chini. There is a company that shares zake zimekonga chini drastically. Go look at the Business Daily. You'll know that company.
Okay.
Look at the Business Daily this time na uangalia kama 2 years ago. Ama before this new government came in. It was on an old time. It was around 37. Right now it's at 15.
What? Okay.
So if you buy it, hoping that it's a calculated risk.
Yeah.
You can buy shares now and wait.
Yeah.
The company will go up.
It will eventually.
Yeah.
It will. Ecclesiastes 11:1 says, cast your bread upon the waters, for you will find it after many days. That's on calculated risks. Focus on value creation.
I said money
follows value.
If you are a sweeper or a cleaner, clean like nobody else.
Like you're doing it for Jesus.
Yes.
Like you're doing it for Jesus.
I do my job in such a way that I do it to the best of my ability. I do it like nobody else. I usually tell guys in this organization, I work harder than everyone else.
Yeah.
Harder than them. I make sure that I know everything about the organization. I make sure that I'm on top of my game. Yeah.
1 Peter 4:10, each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. There's nothing much at a niveau. I hope you've heard. I hope you've listened. Please go revisit those Bible verses. Ukiona ni kama umefika mahali ukapotea, anzisha tu podcast tena. Listen to.
Use your notebook.
Yeah, use that pretty notebook. By that usifanye finances peke, ifanye ya Redpill. Financial conversations, because there's a lot. And there's a lot more to come. I think this was a very interesting episode. I think by the end of this, you know what to do if you're functioning on a scarcity mindset. Now you know what to do so that you can shift it to an abundance mindset. Tell us in the comment section what has attacked you most. Ni wapi tumeshout sana? Ni wapi tunafaa kupunguza? Hatupunguzi volume. Tukipunguza volume tumeband. So we are not doing that. We are not doing that. Not here.
It's long since nisikia hiyo jina kuband.
Tukipunguza volume tumeband, and we are not here for that. Okay? So thank you so much. Si rahisi kukuwa na hii information yote kwa akili. Si rahisi. So thank you so much for even having this platform to share this information. Thank you to our viewers for watching. Thank you for the amazing feedback we are getting. So share this episode and the rest. Subscribe to BTP Studios Kenya and watch out for any other content that we have on this page. Beyond the Pulpit, the podcast. And another one that is coming out soon. I know by the time this one is airing, it will not have aired yet. So there's another... We have a lot coming up. So watch out. Watch out for us. Watch out for this space. Until we meet again on episode... Sijui. Bye-bye.
Episode
5.
Yeah.
5. Be safe. Stay safe. Take care of your finances. And be someone who has an abundance mindset. All right? Haya. Kwairini.